Hello, Memphis Tiger fans, and welcome back to the Tigers Den, where it's all things Memphis Tigers all the time. And boy, do we got a special one for you tonight. A young man that has, I think, weaved his way through the transfer portal in a very, perfect way. He utilized the portal for what it's built for. But I mean, the man really needs no introduction. It's Sim Dog. Big Simeon Blair has joined the show tonight. Simeon, man, first off, thank you very much for coming on. We appreciate you coming on and talking Tigers with us. But more importantly, we appreciate you coming on and just talking life and talking ball.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me on your show, man.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Well, man, let's go ahead and for those of you that don't know, Simeon Blair transferred over from the University of Arkansas, where he spent the 2019 through 2022 season. So, Simeon, we're going to start there, man. Let's start at the beginning of your journey. When you hear the word Fayetteville, Arkansas, what does that mean to you?
Man, it means a lot to me, man. That's the that's the first place that really gave me a chance to, play ball. I walked on there. I worked hard as I could. They ended up giving me a scholarship. That's a big honor. And later on, they later voted me captain there. So, that's another big honor. So I love Fayetteville. I love everything that it's done for me. Ended up making me the football player I am today. And, I have great memories there.
So, when you look at Fayetteville, Arkansas, of course, it's an SEC school. And I mean, living here now, I've really learned uh, this is this state's professional team.
Oh, yeah,
They love
definitely.
you when they win. They ain't happy with you when you lose.
Yeah,
But you
definitely.
bring Bobby Petrino back and everything's okay. But anyway,
Yeah.
um, when you look at Fayetteville, talk a little bit about more of the program and just how it molded you as a football player.
They really take their sports seriously down there. Like you said, there's no real major sports. Um, there's no real major sports things down there. The colleges is the real main sport. So that molds you and that makes you want to perform every Saturday because you are the main attraction. Everything's getting shut down. Everybody's coming to see you. And also the program, it just teach you how to be blue collar. It teaches you how to work hard. You always want to put on the best performance for your fans every Saturday. And that's just how it makes you because of the atmosphere. You know that your fans always want to see you win. They're real tough on you when you lose. So that's really how that molds you out there. Yes, sir.
So you spent in Fayetteville through 2022, and then you made a let's just be honest a personal decision to better yourself as a football player and to
Yes, sir.
possibly better your chance for the next level. And you entered the transfer portal. It's a
Yes, sir.
wild, hot story today in today's day. It's just been around forever.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you made a decision to come to Memphis, a program that at the group of five level, in my
Yes,
opinion, is
sir.
one of the top teams at that level. Talk
Oh, yeah.
a little bit about what went into your decision to come to Memphis, and also what some of your initial thoughts were on the program.
Things that made me come to Memphis was really just the defense they ran. I just seen how multiple the defense was. It puts you in position, to make plays, to get turnovers. And that was really my initial that's really why I wanted to enter the port. I wanted to be put in a scheme, that really utilized my talents. And I feel like Memphis utilized my talents to the best of their ability and also to the best of my ability. And also, it's just another blue collar program. It's another program that prides itself on working harder than everybody else. And then just coming here, it was just a bunch of great players that just really invited me in. They were another group they were just like me, they work hard. They want to better themselves. They're trying to get to the next level. And I think that showed this year because you've seen us. We had some ups and downs where we lost some games, but we always played hard. We were always going to leave it on the line, and you were always going to get the best out of us.
Man, that was an incredible job of segueing into our next point. So, when you talk about Memphis, right? This was a special season, 10 wins, fifth time in
Yes,
program
sir.
history, first time since
Yeah.
2014.
Yeah.
Saw today where the Liberty Bowl was the 9th most viewed bowl game out of all of them.
Yes, sir.
Number one as far as the American Athletic Conference bowl games are
Yeah.
concerned.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been fun to
That's
cover
huge.
this. Yeah, it's massive, man. I mean, this
That's
is
huge.
third season to cover this team as a media brand, and I mean Silverfield. You can say a lot about the guy, but you can't say he doesn't care about that Memphis football program and
Oh,
its
yeah, most
players.
definitely. Yeah.
When you look at this season, you just talked about it. Some ups and downs. That's college football.
Yeah.
That's any
Yeah.
sport. When
Yeah.
did you know? Or did you have, I mean, because like preseason, we were there for one of the practices. And I mean, my guy came out of it and was like, man, the word finish, like if I heard it once, I
Yeah.
heard it 500 times today, man. He said, this practice just had a special feel. That was preseason. That was before anything
yeah.
happened. When
Yeah.
did you know, hey, this has got a chance to be something really nice?
I'm gonna say it's a few times I knew. I knew during fall camp. We were going through it. We were having some tough days in fall camp, but the practices it was always competition in practice. No matter how tired anybody was, it was always competition. Nobody ever wanted to lose. That's one moment I knew. And then also during the season, what's crazy, after we even lost to Missouri, I knew after we lost to Missouri, I knew that it was going to be a special season still, because everybody just got more and more hungry. Like, that made people want to come to practice. That made everybody want to come to practice and get better, because we knew we was right there. And we was right there, and we lost to a real good team. So I feel like that was another moment that I knew we were going to be a good team, because nobody was down about that. People were ready to come to practice. People were ready to get back to it, because we knew that we had it right there. And we really didn't want to feel that feeling again. So I knew we were going to be a special team. I just knew it because of just the hard work that we put in and just the hunger in everybody.
Speaking of hard work, you see that photo behind us, right? That photo was
Oh,
taken by Madison Penke, our incredible sideline photographer here at 4-Star.
yes, sir.
And I sent her a message. I was like, I need some shots of Simeon. So she got us taken care of. And you may,
yes, sir.
You may very well know who she is.
Yes, sir.
But something that has clicked for you that hadn't at Arkansas was a stat that you hadn't got before you got into it. You already know where I'm going with this.
Man,
Matter of fact,
definitely.
the second you got it, I jumped on Twitter right then and was like, I'm gonna be the first one to get this out. How did it feel, man, to get not only your first interception, but you got what, 2 or 3 this year?
Yeah, I ended up getting 2. Man, it was a great feeling. You know, all those years, you know, I've been playing hard work. And you know, when your chance come at DB, you can't squander. You always have to, you got to put yourself in position, then you got to actually make the play. And just being in the position and then making the play, it was just a wonderful feeling, because it was a big time in that game as well. So giving our offense the ball with a short field in a tough game, it was a great feeling. You know, it was a feeling that I never felt before, and it really excited me. And then just in the moment of the game that it happened as well, that also just amplified it.
So I'm assuming you got the game ball, right?
I'm not sure. I didn't get the game ball that game, I don't think. I got it.
Oh man! I mean, at least let's just swing the
I
axe.
think I got the axe. I did get the axe. Yeah.
So
I definitely got the axe.
Tell me a little bit about that. These are not prepared questions, and I'm sorry, but tell me a little bit about that. I mean, you guys seem to really just get into that moment. I mean, it's after a game, so you're emotionally up. I get it, but man, you guys get into, like, man, when Skates. Whoo, man.
Yeah, he hit it hard.
He let a lot out in that swing.
Yeah. But the thing about that is we had those made before the season. And every week we put it in the weight room. Then we take it with us to the hotel. And we always see that rock. So after the game, after we get that big win, we make sure we smash that rock to let everybody know we're done with that opponent. We're on to the next one. We're on to the next obstacle we got to smash, you know.
Man, that's cool. So speaking of obstacles, I got some questions, man. So I was on the media call the day that Memphis announced Jordan Hankins, now the official defense coordinator, but at the time he was interim.
Yeah.
And of course, you know how media guys are. We ask questions that we kind of already know the answer to,
Yeah.
But so somebody asked him, Coach, you going to change anything up? Of course, he's not going to tell you, oh yeah, I'm going to install a whole new system in 9 practices. So just break down Liberty. I mean, it blew me away when I heard that in post game Friday night. So you're very inept in college football. You've played it at a high level.
Yes, sir.
You're one of the first players to talk about this. Honestly, tell us about Coach Hankins, man, and then tell us about that Liberty Bowl week because that had to have been wild.
It was actually fun. It was a fun week. He did a great job at, putting his things into what was already a built-in system. So it didn't change too much from what we had to hear, but it was still what he wanted to do. And he also does a great job at not only that, just giving, like, we gave them one look in the first half and they started to catch on a little bit. In the second half, he gave them a whole different look. And like they didn't know. So he did a great job at adjusting to their adjustment. So that messed them up. So it kept them on their toes instead of just keeping us playing backwards on our toes. It gave us the opportunity to attack them while they thinking they're attacking us. It's two people colliding. So that bowl week he let us know he was gonna always be aggressive. He was always gonna pressure them and let them know that they were gonna have to come out and just make better plays than us. So I wouldn't say it was too tough because we really had a lot of time to learn it, and he didn't push it on us too fast. He gave us a lot of time to learn it. Not put too much in, but enough in for you to learn each day and review. So that's a great pickup that they got. Real great pickup.
Oh, I mean, I was blown away listening to him in the press conference. And I mean, you just described it. He took what was already in form and just made it his own. And I'm
Yeah,
really looking forward to watching how this defense performs because I mean, you guys played lights out, 0 rushing yards,
yeah.
first time
That
since
changed the game.
1993. Oh, 100%. I mean, first
It
time
made
since
it so much
1993 when
easier. Yeah,
when the Tigers held Ole Miss to -4 in that game.
yeah.
But
I don't
I'll
even
be
think
honest
I've
with
ever
you.
been a part of. I don't even think I ever been a part of a defense that held a team to 0 rush yards. So that's a first. That's a first.
When it, I mean, as the game was going on, I'm going, they really ain't run the ball, But I mean, I didn't,
They
I mean,
couldn't.
I'm watching, I'm looking at stats, I'm pulling up record books, looking at stuff, and I'm going, God, this may happen. And then like at the end of the game,
Yeah,
I'm scrolling down the record book and I'm like, they didn't run a dadgum yard this whole game. And I
yeah,
found it. I'm like, there it is, right there, Ole Miss,
yeah. That's
93.
amazing.
It really was. And then talk a little bit about, but before we get to the question on screen, talk a little bit
Yeah,
about who I think is a very underrated fan base, and that's the Memphis Tiger fan base. Um, very similar to Arkansas. They're very passionate. But
yeah,
talk a
yeah.
little bit about that and talk a little bit about the first time you got to come out and do the swag serve because I just find that very fun at Tiger games.
Man, Tiger fans are amazing. They showed up. They packed out the Liberty Bowl, and we really felt it in there. You couldn't hear yourself talking there sometimes on third down. I'm in there trying to make checks to my cornerbacks, and I couldn't even hear myself talking there. So it was an amazing moment. And a fun fact, we actually got to do the swag surf at the basketball game. We ended up going to the Memphis Grizzlies. Um, the Not the Memphis Grizzlies. Well, we went to the Memphis Grizzlies, but also we went to the college, the University of Memphis basketball game, and we actually had a lot of fun doing the swag surf there. And we also started the wave. You might have seen it on Twitter.
I did.
We
I did.
actually started that wave, and it went all the way around for about 6, 7 laps. So
Oh, heck yeah.
that's
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 cool.
a yeah. We actually had some fun during the bowl. So that was an amazing moment too. A memory that I always remember.
So, speaking of memories, um, what do you want your legacy on the college football game to be? If you could write it out yourself, what would you want it to say?
Man, if it could be anything, I probably want it to be like a Iron Man or something. I always put it on the line for my teammates. I always I always try to pour as much knowledge as I can into everybody else, just to let them know everything they can expect. Because I feel like I'm the old man. They always call me the uncle on the team. So I try to give everybody their advice and let them know don't take anything for advantage. I want to be known as the hardest worker, the guy that studied so much about football, that a Luke Kuechly guy. I always try to go out there, call out plays on the field, let everybody know. I just want to be known as really the greatest teammate that anybody could ever have.
Man, we got Simeon Blair in the house tonight. Tigers Den right here on the 4-Star Sports Radio Network, talking legacy that he's going to leave on the game. And based on that answer, I think you've written it in perfectly. Let's learn a little bit about Simeon, the man.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you're a grown man. Let's just be honest. So, what everybody has it. I have one.
Yeah.
Everybody's got it. But what is your why in life?
My why is really and I know a lot of people say they family, but my why is really my family, because at Arkansas they paid a lot of money. They invested a lot in me, because they didn't have to pay that money. They didn't have to believe that their investment was going to come out to be what it ended up being. But they put in a lot of money. They believed in me. They trusted me to do the right things at all times. They always believed that I was going to rely back on my training and I was going to be the man they raised me to be. So they're really my why. So every time I go out there and play, I just always think about them and the trust they have in me. And that just energizes me. They make me want to play harder, because I got people. I know I always got people in my corner I can fall back on. So why hold back on this football field when I know if it don't go right, I always got people I can lean back on. So I'm going to go all out. So that's really my why. That's the reason why I play the game so hard. That's the reason why I can go out there and play with a smile on my face every single snap.
And that's awesome. That is awesome, man. Speaking of smiling, you seem to have a little bigger smile on your face tonight than, I don't know, you may have any other night. The question is, what's next on your journey? I'll let you announce it. You've already announced it once today. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm declaring for the NFL draft. I'm finna get to training, get right back at it, and take this next step in my journey. Yes, sir.
So when you talk about the next step, I mean, do you have an idea of like where you want to go train, maybe who you want to get involved with?
That's stuff still a work in progress. But I'm probably thinking about training around in Texas. So still working on all that stuff, but I'm definitely ready to go.
Man, no doubt, no doubt. Simeon Blair has joined us tonight. Once we wrap this up, Simeon, hang tight. I do want to run a couple of things by you once we get through here. But
Yes, sir.
man, we've talked everything. I mean, we've talked Fayetteville. We've talked what is your why? I mean, I just got one question left, man. Or actually, I got two. One of them is a way for you to promote yourself, but one of them is I'm kind of a fat kid stuck in a little kid's body, if that makes any sense. So, what was your favorite food from the 901?
Man, it is this restaurant called Smackers. I wonder, have you ever had the restaurant Smackers in Memphis?
I haven't.
Oh my goodness, they have some of the best food, and I'm talking about hamburgers. What is it called? Quesadillas, Philly cheesesteaks. They have it all. Yeah. So that's probably the best place that I've ate out here, and I'd probably say their Smackers burger. Yeah, it's probably the best burger I've had. Yeah.
Wow, and that's not, man, because I'll be honest with you, like Huey's has got a really good burger.
Yeah,
wow,
I've had Huey's. Huey's might be number 2.
I mentioned Huey's and everybody changes their mind. It's so funny.
Huey's might be number 2, but Smackers definitely number 1. Smackers definitely.
Really?
Yeah,
man. The
you gotta try. You gotta try.
I'm gonna go check it out, man.
Remember, it's Smackers. Yeah, you got to.
I'm writing it down right now. Simeon Blair has joined us tonight. We've talked a little bit about his football journey. We've talked a little bit about a young man that really, like I said at the onset of the show, he used the transfer portal exactly for what it's built for, and that is to put yourself in a more successful position, not only
Yes, sir.
in your mind but other people's minds as well. And it's also a way for you to accomplish goals that you may not have accomplished at other places. So Simeon Blair has joined us tonight. Simeon, man, we appreciate you coming on with us. We appreciate everything you did for the University of Memphis. I know Tiger fans all around the country are going to enjoy this interview. And we also look forward to what's next, man. We really hope we can reach back out to you and get you back on
Yes, sir.
closer
Oh,
to
definitely.
the draft, closer to when everything gets going on. But once again, for
Yes, sir.
Wes Pruitt here at 4 Star Sports Media and the Tigers Den, Simeon Blair has joined us tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.